If you're tired of feeling like life has failed you in every area, the key is understanding that everything happening to you is meant to either refine you, make you stop and look at yourself, right? Or usually more chaotic situations are screaming that something desperately needs to change. The universe is always communicating to you exactly what you need to hear when you need to hear it. When you find yourself in situations where crazy things are happening to you all the time, you're completely out of alignment. When you're in alignment, you don't forget things, you don't trip, you don't bust your foot, you don't miss an alarm, okay? An internal GPS is turned on when you're in alignment, and it literally helps you navigate through everything you could think of. From jobs to relationships to money to even cooking, okay? It's called intuitive cooking. You'll make a meal you never made before. And you add things, it's not so much about us getting ready to receive spiritual gifts. It's more about you recognizing the power and the gift that you've already had. It's literally about you realizing that there has been a direct line to God the entire time. The source, universe, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? My hair's drying or else I could crunch it out. But life is literally always trying to help you. The universe was designed to work with you, not against you, okay? But the issue is because of the lack of knowledge, we are the only thing in our way at all times, okay? So the next time you think about blaming somebody else for your shit, the next time you think about wanting to just feel like a victim, understand that you have everything you need, that God has not failed you. He has given you every single thing that you need to get yourself out of the situation you're at and to get you where you want to go, okay? It is a very delicate balance between having a knowing that you are cared and provided for, combined with knowing when to take action that is divinely guided, okay? And what that looks like is when you're divinely guided to move and you move, everything has already been prepared for you, okay? That is what God was talking about Jesus when he said his burden was light, right? Like, things will fall off of you that are not meant to be in your life, okay? So when you think about wanting to do the inner work, when we think about wanting to go in and begin that journey, the motivation, there's lots of benefits. And I think the biggest one is your health, okay? I'm still studying, just interestingly enough, how, like, you know how kids can eat junk, right? But you don't ever see them with bad skin problems. Like, that only happens at a certain level of awareness, right? Teenagers, and what are they also dealing with when they have that acne and all those things, right? Yes, hormones are turning on, but once again, I don't believe that our natural design was all this crazy stuff, right? Just because your hormones kick in doesn't mean that you should now have acne. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the voice change, right? The period, the cramps, okay, attitude changes, all that. But I think there is still a big connection we are missing when we really study when health almost starts to deteriorate. And I would say bad skin, right, is a sign on some level that the health isn't where it needs to be. So, being that health is connected to your emotions, it's kind of like once they start feeling feelings like low self-esteem, once they start feeling feelings of feeling like they're not accepted, or they feel left out or misunderstood, okay? All I'm saying is it's time that we bring a lot more awareness to how our emotions directly affect our physical body. They don't want you to know that, because then if they did, we wouldn't need a doctor. You feel me? You could fix it all yourself. And when you say, oh, it's genetic, yeah, because your grandma never dealt with her trauma. And she gave that shit to you. Okay? So, as parents, we need to take it as serious as, especially if you have genetic illnesses in your family. Do you want to pass that to your kid? No. what can we do? Heal the work that needs to be healed within us so that these guys can go forth truly free. Okay? It's time to do the inner work. It's time to get motivated. And it's time to take your power back, most of all. You know, I don't live in a world where I think that God gave me a disadvantage compared to the next person. I don't live in a world where I think that there is an enemy out there who has control over me ultimately. I don't. If you want to subscribe to that, that's all you. But that's not me, you know? And by not subscribing to those things, I am very brave. I'm very happy. And I have a peace that cannot be taken from me, okay? Not to say that this is not an ongoing journey. The peaceful person I am right now was not the peaceful person I was last week. You feel me? Constantly elevation, constant growing, constant understanding, right? Always learning, never knowing. That's what we should strive for. Have a great one.